So here goes another social issue that I don't fit the demographic of, to where if it wasn't supported by a person, it wouldn't affect me personally, but it's something I support because I believe it won't hurt anybody and it doesn't really impact people negatively. And that is the legalization of marijuana, which I have never smoked. I actually have never used drugs, never tried to drink. I'm 17. I don't know. I've always never really been interested in experimenting with any of that. And I guess that's just my way of looking at things. But I certainly can understand where people would want to get an idea of what the experience of doing these drugs are like. And again, I've never done it, but it's something I wouldn't have an issue with somebody doing. Now, there are a couple of arguments to the contrary on why people shouldn't do this. They talk about, oh, you'll end up messing up. You'll end up getting you. Oh, you'll end up being high, man. You can't ever get out of being high. And I probably just look that way right now with my eyes a little more open. But you've had these last three presidents all admit to doing this substance or doing, it's. I, the point is, when you see people that successful in those positions of power, and they do these drugs and they turn out that way, what issue is there to have with people doing these drugs? Like, maybe if this were meth, then yeah, don't legalize that. But it's marijuana, it's weed. It's probably the most harmless drug out there. And maybe if some of the people opposed to it took it, they wouldn't be opposed to it. But instead, they want to have this kind of conservative view, or I wouldn't even call it conservative, because I'm conservative on a lot of things that don't have to do with just with social issues. I mean, I'm conservative in the way I dress. I always cover up everywhere. I'd never get a tattoo or any other piercing. That's about as conservative as I get. Everything else, I'm just have at it. You want to get married to people that are the same as you, same gender as you, have at it. You don't want to kill people on the death penalty anymore, have at it. You want to have an abortion, have at it. You want to smoke pot, have at it. I don't see the big deal. It's just a drug. It's not just a drug. It's a drug that has not shown any lasting repercussions on people in the same way that meth does. Um, and really, I can't picture messing anyone up. I've never imagined that, and I don't think it ever will happen. I don't think it has happened. I don't know everyone's case, but I really believe that if you legalize marijuana, the sky won't fall, people won't go crazy and start breaking into buildings and all that. There's no problem to be found with any legalization of that drug, except the stupidity or paranoia of people who won't let other people do what they want to do. That is probably going to be the topic of discussion for one night and never really. They're gonna keep doing it, but it's not. It doesn't bother anybody. That's all I'm trying to get at. It's not hurting anyone except maybe them, but it's not a lasting repercussion. It's like when people drink. They're not gonna be drunk